The first Friday and Saturday of September, 60 to 70 cyclists from 10 different countries cycle from Paris to Eindhoven in the AtosTour. 470 kilometers of cycling for the fight against cancer. The cyclists are employees, retirees and friends of Atos, the international IT services company. Most participants gather on Thursday, the day before the tour, in Eindhoven at the Evoluon, a large conference center shaped as a flying saucer. We gather at the Evoluon at 8 o'clock in the morning to load the bicycles on the trailers and drink a cup of coffee before we leave by bus for Paris. In case you arrive by car in Eindhoven, there's plenty of free parking space at the Evoluon. The bus that takes us to Paris will leave at 9 o'clock sharp. We arrive at Bussy-Saint-Georges near Paris at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, where we unload our bikes from the trailers and our luggage from the bus. There we meet the participants from France and the participants who travelled directly to Paris. We stay for the night in the local B&B hotel and rooms will be issued to the participants by the organization. Everybody is asked to change into the AtosTour cycling gear in their rooms to prepare for the official photo shoot. For the sake of remembrance, for our website and for our sponsors, we will have a formal photo shoot at the roundabout near the hotel in Bussy-Saint-Georges. Photos of the whole group will be taken, and photos per country. You can also ask for a private photo with selected friends. When we return at the hotel after the photo shoot, we have a briefing with all participants about security on the road and basic rules of behavior when cycling in a large group. Not everybody is used to cycling in a peloton of almost 70 cyclists, riding 2 by 2 close after one another. The organization's prime objective in the next 2 days is to ensure that all participants arrive in Eindhoven on Saturday without injuries and in good health. It's time now for a drink at the local bar and for dinner together. During dinner, announcements will be made where we stand in fundraising for the fight against cancer. Usually we have some guests from the management of Atos in France. After a relatively short night, we get up early on Friday morning for breakfast. And then it's time for cycling. 6:30 in the morning, 6 motorcycles, 3 cars and close to 70 cyclists start for the first of 4 stages on Friday. It's still dark at 6:30. So we need lights on our bikes to be visible for other traffic on the road. And our lights help the cyclists to follow one another for the first 67 kilometers up north. Both on Friday and Saturday, we ride as one peloton, 2 by 2 in a row, with 3 breaks during the day. So we cycle 4 stages each day of, on average, 60 kilometers. The motards will make sure that the cyclists can pass safely through local traffic, roundabouts, crossroads, traffic lights and potholes. After 67 kilometers on Friday, we have our first break at a cafe or sports club for half an hour. At the break, coffee, tea and a sandwich are being served. You can fill your bidon with drinking water at one of our cars, where bananas and some other food is available as well. On Friday we cycle 250 kilometers and we climb a total of 2,600 meters, so we regularly cycle uphill. Make sure you are sufficiently trained and don't need to be pushed up the hills. It's much more fun when you are fit enough to cycle uphill by yourself and really enjoy the ride. Unfortunately, it may rain. There's a lot we can control, but not the weather. Make sure you have a little raincoat in one of the pockets of your cycling shirt. At 6 in the afternoon, after 250 kilometers, we arrive in Mons in the south of Belgium. We will be accompanied by the local police to the youth hostel in the middle of the ancient city centre. Please help us unloading your luggage from the trailer. Most of us will have a beer before taking a shower, and thereafter we eat together in the youth hostel. During dinner we will evaluate the day and we will brief you for the next day. Have a drink at the beautiful market in Mons, just around the corner, and thereafter sleep well. The next day, in the youth hostel, we have an early breakfast. Not as early as the day before, but still early to be able to start at 7 in the morning for the second day of cycling with 220 kilometers ahead of us. When we line up close to 7 o'clock in the morning in Mons, it's not entirely dark anymore, but we still need our lights on the bicycles. So please take your lights with you and make sure you have them on both at the start on the first day and at the start on the second day. Fog. It doesn't happen very often, but there may be fog in the morning in September. And we do experience it in the AtosTour, so even when it's light we may still need our lights on the bikes. On Saturday we have hills during the first 2 stages of the day, and these hills are actually steeper than Friday. We climb almost 2,000 meters on the second day, so please train sufficiently. Cobblestones. We have some stretches of cobblestones on Saturday morning. The best way to deal with them is to ride fast while sitting as relaxed as possible on your bike. Some of us really like it, others hate it. So, good luck. After 220 kilometers the second day and 470 kilometers in total, we reach the end. The peloton is entering Eindhoven. We did it! After 2 days in the saddle, we finish at 5 o'clock sharp at the Evoluon in Eindhoven, the same place where most of us left by bus 2 days before, now having mastered 470 kilometers. 2 days of hard work, but of pleasure and cycling. Congratulations! At the finish we see cyclists congratulating one another, relatives kissing their heroes. It's time to celebrate. Let's not forget the organization and the facilitators, the ones who made it possible. They are honored for their contribution to realize the AtosTour. And all cyclists, of course, are honored for their great achievement, to cycle all the way from Paris to Eindhoven. Relatives, friends, management of Atos, they're all welcome to have a drink and join us in the buffet at the Evoluon. A mixture of tiredness and a sense of achievement create a special atmosphere at the end of the AtosTour. And this is what it was all about, raising funds for the fight against cancer with colleagues and friends. In 2017 we raised more than 41,000 euros, and over the years altogether we've raised over 200,000 euros. So let's try in 2018 to raise more than 40,000 euros again